Hi, and welcome back to Great Commission Alliance Media. In today's Bible Byte, we're going to be going through the armor of God. I'm really excited, and I hope that you'll join me. So today we're going to start in the beginning of Ephesians chapter 6. We're going to read starting in verse 13. It says, "Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand firm, therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth." And we're going to stop there because I want to go through each one of these armors one at a time because they're all so important, and I always loved this passage. So the belt of truth is truth. I thought it would be fun during this series to kind of compare each armor piece to something in movie cinema, because in our household we really love watching movies, action movies, sci-fi movies, you name it. It's just how we hang out as a family. So when I was thinking of the belt of truth, it made me think of the superhero Ant-Man. He doesn't necessarily have a belt of truth, but he has a belt of regulation, I guess you could say. If you don't know Ant-Man, he's from the MCU. He shrinks down to the size of an ant using a special suit, but more importantly, the belt regulates his perception of truth and what size he is, you could say. So how do we put on God's armor? First of all, you have to put it on, because otherwise it's not going to do you any good. If a superhero is going to try and run into battle without their super gear on, it's not going to go very well for them. They're going to get destroyed. So that's the first point. Make sure you're wearing your belt of truth. You don't want your pants to fall down, for lack of a better use of belts in the modern sense. Secondly, you want to practice it. So truth is something that's super important in our society, but I think for Christians we need to regulate where we get our truth from. Where are we getting it? What are we listening to as our source of truth? It should be from God and from biblical encouragements and just truthful sources that we can use in our lives. So practice it, regulate where you get your truth from. In the Ant-Man series, Ant-Man is told not to mess with his regulator or it's going to mess stuff up. And he does at one point, and it almost costs him his life. So don't mess with truth. Make sure you're getting it from a good source. And then thirdly, deploy your armor. If you're doing those first two steps, if you have it on and you're practicing it, you're going to be able to use it when the time comes. Ephesians says that our enemy isn't against flesh and blood. This is the spiritual attack of the devil that we're trying to withstand here by putting on all of this armor. We can't see him coming. We want to be ready at all times. So we need to put it on, practice it, so we can be ready to use it when that time comes. I'll close with this, and it's always encouraging to me when I see superheroes or any kind of movie sequence where they're practicing their skills. It's very rare that you see somebody just out of the blue get a power and they know what to do with it. There's always a practice sequence where they have to practice it and learn how to use their skills. The same goes for us. Let's practice this week putting on our belt of truth so that we can be ready to withstand whatever comes our way. I hope this was encouraging to you. Stick with me next week for the next piece of God's armor. I'll see you next time.